Why have I never touched Bitcoin? Flashback to 2012. I'm doing a lot of Magic Online streaming and accepting donations, accepting payments. And someone comes into the stream and says, "Yo, Trav, I would like to donate you 1 Bitcoin." What's a Bitcoin? Kind of tries to explain it to me. And I look at like, yo, you need to submit all this information, set up account. It's like I'm live streaming my monitor right now. It's not really a good time. I accept PayPal dollars. I'm kind of, nah, no thanks to your Bitcoin. Don't want it. Welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. Been an interesting ride. I've kind of followed it on and off since then. I have some friends who've been heavily invested and been big winners. I have some friends who not been heavily invested, or I have some friends who have been losers recently. It's been really interesting to watch. I thought now was a good time to kind of talk about it and talk about different kinds of investing as well in general, and how you can or can think about this. You know, if basically we'll look at ways to think about investing, and I have some ways to think about investing that not a lot of other people do, that have served me very well so far. Not that I've been perfect. My life would have been way different if I accepted that Bitcoin, I imagine, but not necessarily for the better. So the first thing to think about is, first, where should we start? We'll just start here. Bitcoin is, it's an interesting thing. You know, like I said, I've been following it and seeing it rise and seeing it fall and seeing it rise and seeing it fall. And the reasons that I haven't invested or haven't played with that or haven't put any money there are really because of my wanting to invest in other things. So when I say invest in other things, I'm going to look at some alternative means of investment that people don't necessarily think about. And the first one I'm going to explain is because I want to invest maximum in short-term health. So what do I mean by that? Now, it's always fine to put aside a percentage of money and stuff like that, but when people are investing for the long term, it's like it's good to invest now because it's going to have exponential returns on your investment potential. If it's a good investment, you get lucky, or you get it in the right time, it's going to have exponential returns. People don't realize you get exponential returns on health. People do not realize this, that you spend all your money to boost your health right now. It's going to be worth it because it's going to increase your ability to perform, increase your mental clarity, increase your earning potential so you can increase cash flow, so you can get more money in the short term and get raised up, do a better job at anything because you're performing better because you invested in short-term health. We also know through new science of epigenetics that whatever your health, whatever you're eating, doing for your food is felt by your kids' genes and their kids' genes and their kids' genes. We're looking at influencing 3 generations down with our health, so we can't really afford not to. So you get this exponential investment, this exponential return from investing as much as you can into health in the short term. That's something not a lot of people think about. So I'm taking a chunk of that investment money and just spending it on extra food. And as my cash flow improves, spending it on more extra food because I know that when I'm healthier, I'll be able to think sharper and it will be easy for me to make money. I'll be healthier. It will pass down through the generations. It will be worth it. So you have to choose and allocate how you're going to invest your time and money. Okay, it's good to set aside some money to invest in something, right? Well, another thing that is really nice to invest in that a lot of people don't think about is investing in building an audience. So a lot of the money that I've spent for investment has been in stuff like Facebook ads and stuff like branding and various things like that, because it's nice to have this big nest egg. At some point, you always have to have cash flow again, or else you're just living off of past work that will run out at some point, especially with inflation, unless you reach like, you know, infinite money and get a big enough money system going, which for most people is not really that realistic. But with social media, something that people don't realize, social media followers actually do matter. It's a social safety net. If you've got a massive audience, when things go badly, people will actually help you and take care of you and get your back. So I'm taking a lot of that money, I'm investing it short term to boost my health. I'm also investing it to boost my audience. Those things are going to boost my cash flow, right? Whereas with Bitcoin, I'm just sitting on that money's lost. I wish I had invested it in health right away. Another thing is investing in the shorter term of life and travel and so on and exploration. You don't know how long life is. You don't know what you're going to necessarily get back. You don't know how long you're going to live. You want to aim for good days that start today and last hopefully through the long term, but good todays will lead towards better tomorrows. Now that you understand some thinking of different ways of investing, let's look at the Bitcoin opportunity. So first of all, obviously 2012 would have been a fine time to get in there. And it's like, oh man, I wish I had put money in. Well, one thing to think about Bitcoin is it's not free money. The people who are really investing are checking the price in the mornings and thinking and stressing out when it goes down a little bit. And when it goes up, there's some excitement, there's some stress there as well. So it's not free money. Even if it looks like it's passive, you have to think about it. And it's not passive income. It's passive possible increase in wealth holding, right? There's a difference between holding and cash flow because you need to turn it back into cash. And you're not really serving anyone, so there's no guarantee that it's going to do anything, right? Now, another thing to look at Bitcoin is the return versus the risk. The return is more money. The risk is loss of your money, okay? Now, when you look at a different sort of investment like health, the possible return is longer life, better feeling, more mental clarity, more energy, ability to increase cash flow, possibly better at sports, better love life, more attractive partner/partners, right? Those are just part of the upside of investing in health. The short term is that you don't have money to invest in Bitcoin, right? To me, that's a much safer investment because the only upside is money right there, and the downside is loss of money. Same with building an audience. Upside is greater ability to make an influence, greater ability to make an impact, greater ability to greater connection. There's a lot of upside there that even if you can't turn it around into money right away, you affected people's lives. So that investment, when you compare Bitcoin with those, it's like, well, this takes time, but it's just looking at money and so on. Now, that's not to say that it wasn't a good investment along the way and that it wouldn't have been nice to have some holdings. I really believe that if I had accepted that coin, either I would have sold the coin when it reached 1,000, and that's when I stopped paying attention to it until last year, or I would have become Bitcoin rich, and instead of doing the pro magic and making a business and writing these books, I wouldn't have done that, and I would have just kind of done this passive thing, which would have been cool too, but I think that I like the way that life turned out. And then when I came here to the organic farm in the middle of last year, it was really interesting. All the organic farmers are talking about Bitcoin and investing in Bitcoin, putting in money. At that point, I knew it was too late. Just once everyone knows, the mainstream knows, it's like there's nothing to gain. Everyone thinks it's a free money system that you put money into and it comes out. So what's in it for the future? I don't see myself investing in that one. Later on, it's possible I have more cash holdings. I'll play with certain things as they come up, but it's just not as exciting to me as investing back into health and audience and business as being safer investments with way higher upside and lower downside as well. Although again, diversification of types of investment is probably a smart and nice thing to do, but I know that's a different way of looking at things that most people don't see. So what's in it for the future of Bitcoin? You may have noticed that I haven't really said anything about the technology or the coin itself. That's because I could be totally wrong on this stuff, and that's not the main reasons that I invested. Although one of them is like have a basic understanding of blockchain technology. That's a possible thing to really take off. However, let's be real, the world governments are not just going to hand over their currency. I like the dollar. I like that it's controlled, inflation controlled by printing supply, the Federal Reserve and so on. I don't mind that. It's steady and stable, and it's backed by the strongest military in the history of the world. I don't mind that either. So, you know, the US government's not just going to endorse and hand over to Bitcoin. So that was also a factor when I was looking at the possible future of this. And another thing that I looked at is, while these organic farmers are talking about investing in Bitcoin, no, I didn't meet a single person who's actually paying for and spending with Bitcoin. One of my friends said they used Bitcoin to pay for some drugs, but like, aside from that, no, it hasn't been used as a currency, but just a holding investment free. Let's put our money in this; it'll definitely come back free. So, I stayed out. I do think it would have been fine to get in earlier, and it's good to look at opportunities and stuff like that. But I just wanted to wake you guys up to, oh, you have missed opportunity. You should have been fucking investing in your health way heavier when you were younger, right? That's a massive missed opportunity. You should have been investing in building an audience, because social media followers actually do matter, way earlier. That's a massive missed opportunity that have exponential returns, because you invest money in stocks or Bitcoins, 5-10 years, you know, you have more money. Cool. You invest money in health and audience, suddenly you're a fucking star and you can play how you want to play, right? It's totally different sort of investing, but a lot higher upside, better for the short term, my opinion. So let me know what y'all think about that. If you think I'm full of shit or I'm way off base, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the one thing I think you can take away from this is you do get exponential returns on investing in wealth early. Health immediately. And it passes down through the generations. You do get exponential returns from investing in an audience. It will build you a social security net. It will give you fulfillment. So do those things. Peace out. Much love. Look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments. And talk soon.